Alright, next we'll add a functionality where we can like these comments. So comments to so that we can vote it up, so that we can know the popularity of the solution or comments. So let's do that. So in order to do that, I will create a polymorphic relationship between thread and comments. So for that we need to make a likes table with all controller, model and migration. So like we created for comment, we'll create for likes. So open up terminal and I'll create make model and I'll call it like. So I'll create migration and controller. Okay, let's open up migration and we'll add couple of fields. So first will be user ID. So another field will be likable ID. So this will be similar to comments, like we created for comments, where we used commentable ID and commentable type. So similar thing, string. So likable type. So this will store the model where we are liking, in which we are liking that. So for example, if we are liking the comments, it will store app comment model. So similarly for thread, we can integrate that in future. So yeah, with that said, our table is set. Let's go to like.php and here we'll define the guarded field. So this is opposite of fillable. So in fillable, where we specify which fields are fillable, in guarded we define which fields the fields which are not fillable. So here we need to define a method called likable and we need to return this morph to. Alright, so also we'll define a likable trait, so which will which is the good practice, which will be reusable if in future we want to make another model likable. So we'll create that inside app. Yeah, so we can create, so like that will be like this commentable trait. You can open this up and control shift S, so it will open up save as. We'll name it likable trait, likable. So yeah, okay, we need to change it here as well. So plus what we can do is we can define relationship between user and like as well. So user, so that in future we can fetch the likes done by current so particular user. Yeah, so now we defined our table and we defined the relationship, polymorphic relationship, and also we defined this likable trait. Now we can use this trait in model where we want to use our this like functionality. Since we are liking the thread comments, we need to use this trait in our comment.php. Yeah, so we are using already comment table trait, so make comma and use likable trait. So I'll close everything and let's go to controller. So that will be like controller. So before that, let's place that like button in our view. So we'll be placing it here. So let's open up that view. So again we can go to comment list dot plate, or we can place it inside action buttons, but I think that will be fine. Okay, let's do that. So let's create a button, and inside button will be using the glyph icons. Here we can use this this heart. Yeah, that will look okay. Okay, so let's paste it here. So basically you are using these two class inside span tag, yeah. So let's taste how it looks. Okay, we need to give class to this button default, and we should make it small, I think, or extra small. Yeah, I think that is okay. Okay, now let's create a function that should handle this like function. So on click we'll call function call like it, which we need to define, which we'll define now. So like it, we'll define this below this. So function like it, so we'll need this CSRF token, and we'll do AJAX request. So in order to identify which comment is this, we need to pass the comment ID. So which will pass it here. So now we'll do the post request. I'll just copy this. So I'll make a new route called like it. Yeah, so we can pass it here, comment ID, and token is okay. So also we need to pass the element so that we can handle that button. Let's collapse that, we don't need that as well. Okay, so here we'll pass another parameter, this. Okay, before that let's create this route inside our like controller. So we need to import this class as well, app comment. Also we need to import this input facade. Yeah, so let's define this route. So let's go to web.php and just below here I'll define that route. Okay, so let's test whether it is working or not. So we'll return a response. Alright, so instead of that we can return our data. Okay, let's go to browser, refresh, open up console, and hope everything works. We got some error. Let's go to network tab, and okay, so we didn't migrated our migration. Let's migrate. So PHP artisan migrate, so that will create that field, the table. Okay, let's clear this and try once more. Okay, we get the success response. So now we can do let's check this on database as well. Yeah, so that's working fine. Okay, so after we want to change the color of that to red. So just target the element and CSS, and we want to change color to red. Let's see if that works. Okay, so that is for liking. We need to unlike that as well. So we'll create another function called unlike it. Okay, we can handle that using only one method. So like it, unlike it, we'll check that in our controller instead. So here, yeah, we should change the name to like or unlike. Yeah, we can name it toggle like, I think. Yeah, that should work. So we need to change that in our route web.php. So toggle like. Yeah, we don't need to change any in other places since we are using the name of route. Yeah, we can change the name as well so that it will be clear. Toggle like. So now we need to change here as well. Okay, so here we'll in our like controller we'll check if this comment is already liked or not. Okay, in order to unlike, first we need to check if the user ID which has liked, so if the number in likes done by user, so basically we'll check the user ID. So if there is any likes with the user ID, current user ID, we'll consider that it is liked. And yeah, so in that case instead of liking we'll unlike it. So let's go to code, and first we'll access the comment likes. So that function is here. So this will fetch all the likes of this comment. Okay, so let's check if so users like. So comment likes where So we'll check the multiple where here. So first we'll check where user id equals to current user's id, auth id. Yeah, we can directly do auth id, and where comment likable id. So likable id is comment id. So if there are users like, we'll call the comment like it, else we'll call unlike it function. So this function we need to define. So we'll define that inside our likable trait. So let's duplicate this and unlike it case. Yeah, unlike it, like it. So we'll new like. So while unlike it, we need to access the id of the instance which we are unliking. So id, so here we need to find that like find id. So find that id, or we can directly do destroy. Yeah, this is okay. So I think that is okay. So here we need to pass the response accordingly. So if that is like, we should pass one response. If that is unlike, we need to pass another response. So status will be success and message. Okay, unlike it, we need to pass the comment id. So here was little mistake, so I was not using that. So if we got user like, it is liking. So we don't want to like if there is already like by current user for particular comment. So we can just, if not user like, we want to like it. So if there is already like, we want to unlike it, and we need to pass this id, user like id, which will be the id of like table. So let's refresh the page and let's like this. Yeah, this is unliked. Let's like it. Yeah, unlike it, like it. Okay, so that's working perfectly. One more thing, we need to add the count as well. Sorry about that. So we can display count just here. So in order to display count, let's go to comment list and let's create another button. So we'll display comment likes count. Let's see. Yeah, so one more thing we need to fix. If we refresh page, we need to make it dynamic. Okay, so currently we are handling with only JS that will like it or unlike it, but we need to fetch it from database as well. So on page refresh, we need to show liked or unliked. So in comment list, we need to check for if it is liked, so that we can toggle the color. So we'll need that functionality in many other places in future. So it is best practice to use that in our likable trait, so that we can reuse that. So currently we are using in controller, so that is not good. Let's just use this in our trait. So in order to do that, let's go to likable trait and define a new method called is liked. Okay, so here we need to first we need to check for this likes. So if likes were where user ID is equal to auth ID, authenticated users ID. So we can count and return. So if you use this double colon, it will cast to boolean. So if there exists count, it will return true, otherwise false. You can also do like this, cast to boolean, like this, cast to boolean. Okay, so that will be same as doing this, so it will return true or false. So this is quite reusable. So in current case we are passing the comment ID and then comment model itself. So if we use like that, we don't need to pass this thing. Okay, so we can completely remove or uncomment this, and we can call this. So comment is liked. Yeah, is liked. So if it is liked, it will return true. So if we do like this, so if there is not liked, so this is the same as doing like that. So here we need to slightly modify this. So actually we don't need to pass this as well, so we'll slightly change it here. So doing that will not be reusable. So what we can get, so currently while unliking we're targeting with ID. So instead of that, what we can do is we can sorry, so we can comment that, and we can get the like by this likes where user ID equals to auth ID. Alright, so we can delete that. This will just delete that. Okay, it's liked its function. Okay, unliked, liked. Yeah, everything working. Okay, so now let's go to comment list and check it here. So here we'll add a class dynamically. So comment is liked. So if comment is liked, we'll give it class liked. Otherwise we can give it null or nothing. So instead of changing the color, we can toggle class. So let's go to main.css and color will be red. Yeah, we can do add class liked, and if it is not, we need to remove class. Yeah, so on page refresh it is working, liked. The JavaScript is not working. What's the problem? I guess let's Okay, we are targeting the element, but we are doing this here. Sorry about that. We can shift it from, so here this will be this instance. Yeah, so due to the animation, yeah, it is working. So you can change to another color. So I change it to black, so it is showing that animation. So unlike it will remain black. Like it will it should turn to red. So it is currently taking a little bit time to turn to red. Yeah, so our like unlike feature is working. We'll continue building this in our next